Day 7 of our tour had us heading north to Munnar on a 3-hour drive. The day we left was designated Children's Day, and as we left our hotel we were greeted with a procession of kids celebrating the day. We passed through several towns along the way that offered plenty of opportunities to stop and have a break if required. Soon, we broke free of the large towns and entered the open countryside that gave us great views of the Western Ghats. These picturesque mountains first came into prominence as one of the favored summer resorts of British colonialists. As we drive along the winding roads, we see the numerous tea plantations that dominate the Munnar hillsides. We arrived into Munnar in the afternoon to be immediately greeted by spice shops. Our stay in Munnar will be at the Fragrant Nature Hotel. We were greeted warmly by our pita, serving us warm cinnamon tea. Our room was more than adequate, with a fantastic balcony view towards Munnar in the valley below. On day 8, we met our guide Saju, who leads us through a tea plantation up into the hills of Munnar. He points out some of the vegetation in the area. Just like in Thekkady, we stopped to watch the tea pluckers busy at their work. The walking track starts off by following an access road used by trucks to transport the plucked tea to market. The views across the tea plantation are spectacular. As we trek higher, we stop to look more closely at some plants that line the pathway. We soon leave the roadway and make our way up the side of the hill, walking between the tea bushes and into the tall shrubs. As we approach the top of the hillside, the shrubs give way to grasses. After a few minutes, we reach the top of the ridgeline where we enjoyed a wonderful vista. We then continued along the ridgeline, and Saju pointed out where our hotel was located. Continuing on the trek, we hiked into the clouds. We stopped for a quick snack and drink before resuming our hike along the ridgeline. We had hiked along the ridge and soon reached the top tier of the tea plantation. We stopped to admire the view of the clouds touching the hillside. We then began the descent down the hillside between the tea bushes. Stopping for lunch, a last opportunity to take in the scenery. Our hike was coming to an end. So many scenic highlights, a wonderful way to spend the morning. Before returning to our hotel, we went to the Munnar Tea Museum. Each plucked tea shoot produces the different types of tea: green tea, white tea, and black tea. The museum showcases an impressive array of antique tea processing machinery, including tea rollers, dryers, and grinders. These exhibits illustrate the evolution of tea production techniques from traditional methods to modern technology. Processing of tea involves various steps like plucking, withering, crushing, drying, rolling, and shaping of tea leaves through which the leaves are made ready for brewing. The Tea Museum in Munnar is a fascinating destination that offers visitors an in-depth look into the history, cultivation, and processing of tea in Kerala. The Tea Museum aims to preserve and showcase the rich heritage and evolution of tea plantations in the region. On day 9 of our tour, we met up again with Saju for a bike ride around the Munnar tea estates. We first had to navigate through the town to get to the countryside road that would take us towards the plantations. Once on the side road, we settled into a nice, leisurely bike ride. After a few minutes of riding, the tea estates came into view on the adjacent hillside. There was plenty of scenery to take in. In addition to the tea estates, we saw areas of cattle grazing on open tracts of land. We met some boys who asked us for a go on our bikes. We let them ride around while we took a break. After our break, we headed back towards town. During one of our stops, we saw a tractor returning with a trailer packed with bags of freshly harvested tea shoots. Along the way back, we stopped several times to watch the tea pluckers at work on the tea plantation hillside. Unfortunately, we soon found ourselves back into local traffic, signaling the end of our bike riding adventure in Munnar. We completed our ride with a nice light lunch, which refreshed us after the morning's activities. Our time in Munnar had come to an end. Just one last look at the valley to remind us of our wonderful time here.